Hello and welcome to the Astroflower. We're going to be doing a general reading for the month of August, and at the end you will get a personal message for your sign. Okay, I have noticed a few things in the general reading really, looking at everybody's weekly signs. There's a particular cards that seem to be coming up, which seems to be the Seven of Wands and what was the other one? The Empress as well was coming up quite a lot. So it seems to be sort of a case of enjoying the moment. That's what it seemed to be for a lot of people, and listening to the messages that are around us. As you can see, I'm out here in the countryside. I'm on a ley line, an energy line that goes down towards the centre of town, and it's a thermal baths town. So people used to come here many years ago. I think the thermal baths closed down around about 50 years ago, but people have been coming here for centuries for these thermal springs that are along here. So it's a beautiful place, and I thought it'd be a good place to come and try and get messages for from the nature, from the general vibration of the planet Earth, as it were. It's obviously a interpretation of the universal vibration. So yeah, so this is what it's been a lot of. There's been a lot of that that whole idea of enjoying the moment, listening to the messages, and marrying both sides of life. That's what it seems to have been. Let's just see what comes out for us as a collective, and then we'll be pulling some cards for your particular sign. I've got two cards. They don't want to separate. They want to come out together. That's the overall energy there going through at the moment. Two of Pentacles and the Strength card. So staying to your path by the looks of things, staying true to yourself, concentrating on particular things. That's the interpretation of the cards. Rather than diverting between lots of different things, there's a little bit of a choice going on as well. Probably more to do with finances than anything else. But it's more of a case of just staying true to your own path of where you're going in life, and trying to marry those sort of two sides of life, the work and the social aspect of it all. This is your emotional sort of side, or our emotional side and our relationship side. This is the money side. This is the overall energy that's running through. This is the karmic paths. And this is the general outcome. So let's just go straight in then. What we're going to do is slightly different. We're going to pick the cards as we go. So let's just see what the message is coming in from the karmic path for our emotional and a collective emotional relationship side. Time to heal. Time to reconnect, I think, with everybody else. Time to appreciate your community, appreciate your neighbour. We've all been through a lot over the last year, and there you go, Two of Wands. So yeah, planning for the future in a way, and this is how we build a community wherever you are in the world, just by connecting with people that are around you, saying hello, that sort of thing. You know, when you cross eye contact, just that sort of thing I think is a really good thing. And planning and creating in this new future, and this could be part of this choice thing that we were talking about and the overall energies here, because this is the Two of Wands as well. So it's all about, you know, planning that journey to go on, and it seems that way of sort of, we have a choice at the moment, collectively. And individually obviously, but mainly collectively, about going forward and seeing how we can put it all together. Let's just see how the universe is trying to influence that karmic path or that karmic message. What do you want? What do you want? That's there's so many things on offer here in regards to relationships and interactions with other people that are around us. And this could be your partner and your family and your friends. But the universe is sort of saying, what do you want? What's the, you know, wishing for a star, wishing on a star. So what do you want? What do you want? Wish big. you know, if you've got an ideal scenario for your relationships around them, live it. Let's just see how our collective guides and our ancestors are trying to sort of influence that karmic message going on there. Let's just see what's going on. No generation is perfect. No generation has got it right. Each generation tries to change things slightly, but no generation has got it right. And our ancestors here and our guides and are trying to sort of say this is a path that's created as once you put one foot in front of the other. Nothing's predestined. And yeah, in the past, our grandparents and great-grandparents and great-great-grandparents, they would have got things wrong. You know, we get things wrong. Everybody gets things wrong. And they're almost sort of saying it's okay. It's good to examine. It's good to explore and even to get things wrong. But this is a change of fortune at the moment within our relationships collectively, obviously. And I think this is all about that healing, that forgiveness, forgiving one another, forgetting past histories and just drawing a line over it and just kind of say, okay, we've learned now. That is the past. We can't keep going back and trying to realign the past. We can't, because otherwise we wouldn't have learned the lessons. So let's just get on, learn those lessons and move forward, yeah? Okay? Let's see how our collective, our guides and our ancestors are trying to influence that conversation that is within us. I think everybody understands that when we're calm and relaxed and enjoying life, we don't tend to say things that are painful to others. We don't tend to say things that put people in difficult situations, including oneself. And I think here is the guides and the ancestors are really trying to sort of kind of go, chill, it's okay, don't worry about it. The past is the past, the future is the future. It's not a case of forgive and forget. It's more of a case of don't forget so we don't do it again. It's as simple as that. We can't change anything or pay anything from past sort of situations. Excuse me, far too many cards there. Although the Queen of Swords came out at the bottom, so it's it might be the clear thinking. Let's just see what comes out here for that. Yeah, walking away from past conflicts. I think this is what they're trying to encourage the conversation within us. So as you're talking to other people, talking to people around you, you may get that sensation of, I'd like to interject here and everything like that. And it's just avoiding conflict, basically, and moving on, but growing up. I'm not the centre of the universe. You are not the centre of the universe. We are the centre of the Earth's universe. This Earth, this beautiful planet that is around us, she knows what she's doing. I trust her completely. In even regards for us learning things about how to use the resources on this planet. It's trusting that, and I think walking away from conflict and things that may cause us problems. Let's go on to the financial sort of side. This is going to be interesting, I think, more than anything else. Let's see what the karmic message is here. We have to have a different relationship with money. Yeah, money is a good way of sort of exchanging things and putting things into categories and stuff like that, and arranging things. But we have to get past the idea of, making money off of other people's suffering and putting up with that, not putting up with that, rather, So I think the karmic message here is, give money real value. This is it, community. One of the things that was taken out of the laws of economy in the French university, the famous French university, was the fact that the economy has to be serve the greater good, and so that has no longer been the case. It's a bit like saying goodbye to the gold standards. You know, I think we need to get back to something that's a little bit more sort of concrete and stuff like that. And I think that's within us as a collective, as an economy, as a way of exchanging between people. Let's just see how the universe is trying to influence this karmic Marv. The universe is sort of saying it's simpler than we think. We tend to complicate things with tax laws and stuff like that. Maybe there would just be one-off tax when you purchase something. Maybe that should be it. I don't know. You know what I mean? There's a new paradigm coming up, and I think this is it. And I've been talking about it on Cymatic TV, and maybe this is what we need to step into. So yeah, it's there you go, 10 of Pentacles. We have everything that is available within the economic world that we can then choose to have a different relationship with it, and it needs to be tied to real resources and real situations, I think, because it's all becoming a little bit too virtual. You know, being ways of payment, that's fine, that can be very virtual. I don't personally mind. I think it makes life a lot easier. But the actual finances itself, the money, the end of the line thing has to be tied to something. And I think we've lost that, really, that sense of real value. And maybe we need to just readjust that and reevaluate that within our own individual lives. Let's just see how the guides and the ancestors are trying to influence this. It is making sure that your neighbour is okay. I think this has got to do with the Three of Cups here. The community, the sharing, the making sure everybody's okay. And I think they're sort of saying, if we're, you know, in the past, the mistakes we've made with money and stuff like that is that we haven't ensured that everybody moves forward together. And I think that's you know, that's a valuable approach to finances. Justice, that's what it is. Yeah, making sure there's a bit of balance, and I think our ancestors realise this, and maybe we should be sort of like putting ourselves into the collective and really starting to decide that we can do what we want on this planet. We can literally do what we want. It's us who decides, but you have to be consistent about it in how we purchase things, how we actually manufacture things and stuff like that. Let's just see how the guys are trying to influence the conversation that is within us. As I said, drawing a line above things, not trying to go back and correct history, I think is a really bad thing. Simply because we risk to forget how wrong humans can get it, you know. And if we do adjust the past, we may forget, you know, the harder side of the human being, so we can actually concentrate on the softer and the more joyous side of the being. Of the human being. So there needs to be some sort of that line needs to be drawn, and a new rules basically, and I think they should be very simple, like nature. Nature has very simple rules, and this is the whole thing about getting the message from nature. You know, nature does not complicate things. There is a lot of emotions in nature, but at the end of the day, nature, you know, bypasses that as well. So when a lion, say, eats a young deer or a young, springbok or whatever, wildebeest or whatever, it's not emotionally attached to it. and nor is the wildebeest, nor is nature. It's part and parcel of it. And a certain acceptance from our side, I think, is probably a good idea to actually put our egos back into place. Ego is not a bad thing, but certainly is once it starts getting out of control and trying to rule everything. Let's just see what the overall energy is going out for this general reading, the outcome for all of this. The Magician. We can manifest what we like, people. You know, it's just a case of doing it. It's a case of saying no to certain things and yes to other things. And you may not necessarily agree with your neighbour, what they say yes and no to. But I think if if we lead with the idea that if it's good for me, it's got to be good for everybody else. If we lead for that idea there, then surely we're going to come up with something that's, that works for everybody. I really do. And I think this is a real changing time, this July and August. It's been very, very poignant this July. And I think August is going to be a bit of a cream, the cherry on the cake, as it were. It's going to be really nice. And it's going to make, there's going to be a lot of realizations within everybody. So there you go, that's the general reading. Now let's just see how your sign individually goes into this. Hello Scorpio, so this is going to be your monthly message for August. You're coming into your first month of your autumn period. Just had it's called a cigale, I think, in France. It's like a beetle sort of thing that sort of rubs its legs. I don't know if you can hear it, but that's all to do with timing as well. Really interesting, because they're very temperature orientated, but they're also very timing about what particular times of days they do this sort of like screeching and what have you. But there you go. So yeah, welcome to the Astroflower. We're going to be pulling 4 cards. 1 card on your relationship side, 1 card on your money side, 1 card on the overall energy, and 1 card on the outcome, and see what's going on with that. As I say, you're moving into autumn, so things might be slowing down a little bit, enjoying your Indian summer. Just letting yourself go, letting yourself flow. Don't stress out too much. Thinking about, what's coming up in the future, how things should be, and etc. You're going to position yourself regardless. Let's just see what's going on the relationship side. So yeah, there is a self-evaluation of how you want to do the relationships with family, friends, community, partner, etc. Yeah, it's a self-evaluation of oneself, how you position yourself in regards to what you want out of this, out of relationships that are around you. And I think it's a good moment to just sort of sit back and observe, basically, of what's going on. The Devil, yeah, so there's loads of options going on for you. There's loads of opportunities. The Devil is also the light bearer, so he's bringing the light that shows you the greater path, as it were, which can obviously create temptations to lead you off your path. Sometimes a deviation is not too bad. It's good to explore and learn. And I think this is within the relationships here is. Try not to be single-minded or obsessive in a way. Being clear with yourself of what you want is good, but just understand that it's like 2 hands. They do need to fit together. So there needs to be space for the other person or the other groups of people to fit also within your life, and it's important that you stand up and be counted in all of that. Let's see what's going on the financial sort of side. Yeah, this is all about that Justice card and the 3 of Cups there and the Page of Pentacles. It's sort of combining together here for human rights in a way, almost a case of, you know, these are the rules and regulations. This is what you seem to be applying within your job or your business. So it's sort of, maybe it's suggesting of a new way of doing, running the business or doing the job, or and I would get into communications with your bosses or your managers, or if you're running your business, I would get in communication with your clients, with your suppliers as well, and to see how you can reevaluate and redo your business. Yeah, it seems to be to do with rights as well, of being just and having clear rules and regulations, and happiness, by the apparently. Marrying those two sides, the business side and the social side. I think this is what it's all about for you this month here. And I would actually apply yourself within your business, within your job, within your projects according to that. Let's just see what's going on the overall energies it's flowing through. So straight as a die road, it's like, you know, almost this side here is a distraction in a way. Your relationship side, don't get involved too heavily into it. Just let it flow. Don't get distracted. Because here it's asking you to be that sort of Two of Pentacles and that Strength card, those combined, of being really clear about where you're going forward. Yeah, Page of Cups. So be careful of daydreaming, getting lost. You're going to do that this month here. It's going to be that month to do that sort of thing, but just don't get caught up in fantasies. I think that's more than anything else. Believing that things can happen and knowing that things can happen is different to illusion. You know, there is that wishing on the star scenario, but at the same time, I think there is a case of for you of actually being very pragmatic about the whole sort of thing. Okay, and yeah, striving for the best within you and within your community, but regardless of whether it's business or relationship side, but being realistic, which you're very good at, Scorpio. You're very, very good indeed. Let's see what this manifestation's all about for you. To manifest something, you have to have the ingredients to do it. So the ingredients are, what do I enjoy? What do I need? How can I do that? So those are the ingredients that you're collecting to manifest a new future. So I would be, you know, at the surface here, very attentive to the messages of the universe and the world that is around you. Realizing and understanding things within yourself, going forward. That's amazing. That's twice this has happened. That exact card, Magician on Magician. Manifest it, live it, live it, live it, Scorpio. Live it, Scorpio. Be just with yourself, live it. Make sure happiness is your guide. Yeah, brilliant. Love it. I've got nothing more to say there, to be honest to you, Scorpio. Just go ahead and live it. If you want to support this channel, obviously the best way in which you can support us, and it's the easiest way, is subscribe and click that bell. Clicking that bell is apparently really important. It's also sharing this video across all social platforms. You know, liking it or commenting on the video will also show your support for this channel, which we will be most appreciative. So we're going to be doing a lot more videos on Cymatic TV in this coming month, after having COVID for the last sort of like 2 or 3 weeks, which has been pretty horrific. So I'm going to be doing a lot more videos on Cymatic TV and also on this channel here. So in the meantime, Scorpio, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.